A deadly mid-air collision between two helicopters on the Gold Coast has claimed the lives of 4 people and has left another 3 in a critical condition.
This morning, a major investigation into the crash is underway, and here with his insight is aviation expert Professor Ron Barch. Professor, thanks so much for your time. Can you give us an idea about how this investigation will all unfold?
Yes, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau is responsible for investigating the accident. What they'll be looking for is the cause of the accident. They don't try to attribute blame, but the idea of looking for the cause means that they're likely to sort of stop similar sort of accidents happening in the future.
This morning, investigators are asking for witnesses to come forward. How important are potential witnesses going to be on getting an understanding of what happened?
Yeah, particularly so with this accident, because these aircraft don't have the sophisticated cockpit voice recorders and the flight data recorders that the large airline type aircraft. So visual footage will be very, very important. Very busy area where it happened too.
And have you looked at that video that we've seen so far? Are you able to get any kind of insight from all the footage that is available so far of the crash?
Look, you don't like speculating on what happened, but obviously the conditions were good. Flying conditions were good. The visibility was good. There was no issues there, and there appears to be no mechanical failures. So it's a mid-air collision. But as I mentioned before, very, very busy area. It's a transit zone for aircraft that transit along the coast, but it's also a very busy area for joy flights in the area.
We're hearing from the scene this morning that the tide is rising on that sandbar and that's at risk to the crash zone. Ideally, how long would investigators have with the wreckage?
Look, I'm not an expert on the tidal side of things, but what they'll do is they make sure that all the wreckage and all that is secured so that it's not interfered with.
Yeah.
But they'll be looking at all the different factors. There's human factors, there's regulatory issues, there's congestion issues. And one of the things with this aircraft, both aircraft were EC-130s, and the pilot actually sits on the left-hand side, the pilot in command, so they could have 2 passengers on the right-hand side. So the directions where it's sort of indicated with one aircraft climbing, it could have been that the vision was obscured by the other passengers, but who knows at this stage.
And just really quickly before we go, how long do these investigations usually take?
Look, the interim investigation by the ATSB will just be a purely factual situation, pilot hours and so forth, and the full report could be up to 12 months.
Professor, we really appreciate your time.